Hello. Checking my camera because I moved it again. We've got lift class, so go ahead and get out all of your dumbbells. Now get out, I have 8s, 10s, and a 17.5 today. I'm going a little bit lighter, but we have squats and deadlifts, side lunges with an upright row, sumos with a curl. We're going to come down on all fours, balance in a bird dog, and do a tricep kickback. We've got chest fly, chest press, and a pull over with the bridge before we get to core. So, I know I said that quickly, but basically, up rows for your shoulders where you need weights, curls for your biceps, kickbacks for your triceps. We will be in all fours, so when you do your kickback, you might want to go one increment lighter, or you might want to challenge yourself with what you usually use in a bent over tricep. Then we've got chest fly with chest press, so a heavier weight for that, and then your pull over, a heavier weight for that as well, okay? Or you can always kiss 2 weights together for that. Today's word is I am worthy. I know my excellence and I settle for nothing less, so remember that. Water, sweat towel, start your watches, play some music, a mat, because we will come down to the floor. We're going through 6 moves, they're combinations, 3 times through, 45 seconds each, 15-second transition, okay? This will allow our heart rates to spike up while we're still building our muscle and working on toning and strengthening what we got, okay? So, watches are started, warm up is next, weights are out. I'm going to go ahead and start our timer. Turn it up. You want it louder. Hopefully it's loud enough. Okay, starting with a squat to your toes. So toes forward, and then come on up, lift your heels. Nice deep breaths, bottoms go back, chest stays up. Knees stay behind your toes, so always think about your butt sinking back, knees behind your toes, and then driving up, okay? As soon as we nod our knees forward, our butts are tucked under, we want to stick it back, chest up. Is that correction? So fix yourself if you need to. And then we'll head into reverse lunge. Hold your lunge, rotate, come back to center, switch legs, rotate to the side your front leg is on, okay? So if it's right leg front, go to the right. If it's left leg front, go to the left. Find your balance, then twist, offset your balance, start pulling your belly button in. As you draw your belly button in, I want you to kind of memorize that. Have that be like constant throughout the class that you're drawing in strong through your core, okay? Coming into a side lunge, sway it, toes forward, knee stays again behind your toe. You bend at your knee, butt sinks back, chest stays lifted. If you're worried about bending at your back, put the hands on the smaller back and note that it's flat. If you start bending, I want you to stick your chest out, shoulders pull back, shoulder blades pull back, okay? And if you want to pulse it, if you've got the right form, after you check yourself, sway your pulse, stretching out inner thighs, groin, loosening up the hip joints, and then give yourself a runway. We're going to walk out to inchworm. So bend in your knees or straight legs, fingertips forward, palms to the floor, walk to plank, bend or straighten your legs as you walk back, roll it up. If you have the ability to bend and you prefer it, and you don't have the ability to straighten, maybe tight hamstrings, then bend, squat down, walk it out, squat back up. All right, down in your low lunge, twist it open. We're going to do 4 of these. And then we're going to get started. Move 1 is a squat deadlift. I'm going to grab one weight and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. And I'd like you to try it the same way, okay? We're going to let the weight hang. We're going to squat down, stand up, then hinge forward. Okay? Let's go. Squat, stand, hinge, look over the edge. Okay, toes forward. If we're slightly angled out, that's okay. Slight bend in the knee as you hinge forward. So butts down, butts back. Okay, nice flat back. Squeeze your hamstrings and glutes on the way up. Now I'm holding my weight, letting it hang. If you prefer to hold 2 weights and suitcase squat and then do your deadlift, I'm okay with that too, okay? Especially if you don't have something heavy. So knee bend, hip hinge, those are 2 different movements. All right, go ahead and pause. Side lunge, up row. I debated this one a lot, but we're gonna do alternating sides. So you're gonna go side lunge, inside arm comes up row, lower it down. Side lunge, frame your leg, inside arm up row, down. When you come up, you pull back. Side lunge, pull back, release. Side lunge, pull back, release. I'm gonna do it from a side angle so you can see my arm pull back right here, right at shoulder height, right at my armpit, okay? And it's the arm that's on the inside of your stance. Make sense? Hello, heart rates. We should be breathing heavy. Now an option would be to go side lunge up row if you have 2 lighter weights. If you're like, I want to work more shoulders, do that, okay? Next up, breathe, sumos. We're gonna go sumo, curl, release, stand. Okay, elbows pinned in, go, palms forward, curl. Mine kind of are at a V just because of my stance. That's okay, just palms forward, we're not doing hammers. We're just doing a nice, narrow curl, elbows pinned in tight to your sides. Isolating the movements, okay? So isolated hold on the thighs, squeeze stand, and that little curl in the middle. Down curl, release stand. Your butt is dropping down, shoulders are staying tall and proud, and go ahead and come down to the floor. Bird dog, tricep kickback. Looks like this. Hand on the ground, opposite leg back, find your balance. We're gonna kick, whoop. Hold on, I did that wrong. There we go. So, hand on the ground, opposite leg that the weight's in, that leg goes back, okay? So if it's my left hand, my right leg is back. If it's my right hand, my left leg is back. If that's too much, come to all fours, one hand on the ground, kick back, okay? Remember which arm you did, because on the next set, we'll do the other arm, okay? Can you remember right now? Write it down somewhere if you need to. All right, laying on our backs. We have chest press, chest fly, so just chest work here, nothing else moving, okay? So we're gonna go fly, turn, press, turn, fly, turn, press. Go ahead and start. Pull your belly button in, tilt your hips up so that your lower back is on the floor here, okay? Your arms are going to hover over the floor. If you have a bench or a stability ball, you're welcome to do that. Add some extra core work on a stability ball, doing your fly press on that. And if you're like, oh, I got one of those, I'll do it next time. Do it the next round, okay, of work. All right, so far so good. I know first time through, we're just learning. We're like processing and picking it all up and doing all the things, okay? So right now, your chest muscles are squeezing and working. Go ahead and release those weights or kiss them together. If you have a heavier weight, use that for a pullover bridge. As As you pull over, your hips are going to lift. As you extend, your hips lower. You tap the ground with your butt, hover the weight over the ground. So we're pull over, squeeze, bridge. Pull over, squeeze, bridge. Yes? Straighten out your arms. Try not to shrug your shoulders. We're lowering and lifting our butts like I literally am barely touching the ground. I think my shorts are touching the ground. That's about it. And then this weight overhead is just hovering. Okay? If the bridge with the pullover is too much, just do the pullover. Or you could always go pullover, bridge, lower, release. Okay? Does that make sense? Otherwise, everything's up, everything's down. Think of it that way. And time. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break and start again from the beginning. So set yourselves up for round 2. If you need to switch out your weights, get them ready. Okay? I will get the bird dog thing right this time from the get-go. I will. Okay, starting with your squat deadlift. You have 6 seconds to get yourselves ready. Toes forward, about hip width. So it's more of a narrow squat as we squat down. Hinge, look over the ledge. Knee bend, hinge at the hips. Okay? Settle here, breathe. Because as soon as we get into that side lunge, our heart rates are going to go up, using lower and upper body at the same time. Calling on our body to pull blood in all directions. Breathing. Make sure you're using your legs and not your back. All right, into our side lunge up rows. So again, while you take a break and you get yourself ready, frame the leg. This inside arm is going to come up, pull back, release, switch sides, okay? I think we got it. Side lunge, up row, release. Side lunge, up row, release. Side lunge, up, release. If you want to do 2 because your weights are lighter and you want to work your shoulders a little bit more, I want you to think about pulling a rope open, squeezing your shoulder blades back. Okay? It targets a little bit more than just the top of your shoulder. We get the rear part of our shoulder. What does that help with? Posture. Okay? All right, sumo curls are next, so switch out your weights if you need to. Stick with what you've got if you want. After sumos, we're coming down to the ground, so just remember which arm you did for triceps. That's what your job is right now as you think about it. Okay, think about what arm did I use? Squat, curl, release, squeeze. Tuck your tailbone under. Tall through your spine. You're a marionette right now, a little puppet. Somebody pulls you up, squeeze, drop, curl, squeeze, drop, curl, squeeze. Elbows pinned in, no swinging or swaying. Control your weights. Assess. Is this heavy enough? Should I be doing more? One more here. Make your way to the ground. Okay. So option is to be on all fours, hike up your arm, kick it back. This is the arm you didn't use yet. If you're good there, take the opposite leg, lift it up. Go. Okay, so you're holding a bird dog, squeezing your glutes, keeping your core activated, belly button drawn in, hips to the floor, shoulders to the floor, hand directly underneath your shoulder on your arm that's holding you up, okay? Again, if it's too intense, put your knee down. If you keep losing your balance, you're kicking yourself out of whack, or you're swinging that weight instead of controlling it, put your knee down. You'll still work your core, and you've still got gravity really working that tricep. The next time through, we'll split it in half. one side and then the other, FYI. Okay? All right, and time. I'm sweating. How about you? Let's go chest fly, chest press. I'm gonna turn this way. So I'm ready for pullover. Okay. Whew, breathe. Breathe. All right, tilt your hips towards your chin, lower your back to the floor. Weights come right over the midline of your chest. You turn it, press, turn it, fly. I want you to think about your chest muscles squeezing at the top as you elongate your arms, okay? So if you think about reaching away from your body, reaching out of your armpits, and you feel those muscles right in front of your armpits working. Okay, those are pectorals. We want to be working them right now. It's not your arms working. We want to work our chest. It's really hard to focus on that, but I know we can do it. And that's what I want you to do right now, okay? All right, either kiss those two weights together or get a heavier weight. We've got pull over, bridge. So what I was telling you is, if you're like, I can't get both together, you can always go pull over, bridge, lower, hover, pull over, bridge, lower, okay? And then once you've kind of got that, then maybe you'll be ready to pull and lift, hover, pull and lift, hover, okay? Hips to the ceiling, squeeze your butt, belly button drawn in. So we've got core, back, straight arms. There can be a slight bend in your elbows, but you should not be feeling this in your triceps. If you're bending your elbows, you're doing tricep work, we already did that. Hips to the ceiling, squeeze your butt. Pull over, feel the muscles along your rib cage. That's where I want you to be feeling that, and your back. Okay, release, breathe, everything all over again one more time, and then we do quarter, okay? And that is your quick lift one more time through. I've got sweat all over my mat. I'm gonna swipe it while you guys can grab some water, adjust your weights, think about what you're gonna use this time through. Starting with squat deadlift, okay? So bend at the knees, butt down, hinge at the hips, butt back. Another way you could do this is holding it at your chest, squat, a little good morning. I don't prefer that. Another way you could do this is squat, deadlift. Yeah, don't do the top load thing. Don't do that. I thought I'd try it out to see, like, did you get the same feeling? For me, no. As soon as I top load that for a good morning, I start feeling it in my back. You kind of have to hug it better or have something lighter. So let's just hang it. Let's not get fancy. Let's just keep it real straightforward. All right, side lunge, up rows. Trying to get myself set up so around the rest of the movements. Okay. Side lunge up pull. Inside arm, pulls back. Remember, you have the option to do one arm or two. Toe forward, bend at your knee, sink your butt back, push off your heel, feel your glute and your quad as you're coming into your side lunge. And then top of your shoulder blade as you pull back. Push off your heel, and if you have a heavy weight, use the momentum slightly to push yourself up and pull back, okay? If you think about counterbalancing ourselves, this is a perfect example of counterbalance and the assistance of how that goes. Okay, so we're going bird dog, about 22 seconds on one side, 22 seconds on the other, okay? So on one knee, one hand. The hand that's on the ground, that's the leg that's up. Kick back, try to squeeze your butt, belly button drawn in, shoulders face the floor, hips face the floor, try not to rock. Curl your back toe under on your bent knee, holding yourself in place. Squeeze your cheeks, your abs, your tricep. And switch sides. Stabilize and then kick back. Squeeze your booty. Curl your toe under, hold your balance. If you need to, widen your arm out a little bit. Shoulder over your hand. Squeezing your tricep, elbow hiked up high. There's a lot going on here. Time. Chest wide, chest press. Pull over bridge. Then 2 core exercises. And that is your quick lift for the day, okay? So get yourself ready, tuck your tailbone under, hips tilted towards your chin, lower back on the floor. Press, turn, fly, turn, press. Think about the muscles in between your armpits. Right in the midline. Weights are just right over the midline of your chest. Arms hover. But the movement's happening in our torso, okay? So you want to think muscles of the front of the rib cage. So if you're just feeling it in the arms, then I need you to focus deeper into your central muscles, okay? And maybe the weights aren't heavy enough. Like these are pretty light for chest, but I'm focused on my chest and contracting my chest, so they're okay for right now, okay? All right, pull over bridge. You will not need weights for core, so get that out of the way. All right, everything's up, everything's down. Everything's up, dig your heels in the ground, hips to the ceiling, muscles along your rib cage. Neck is long, shoulders are not creeping into your ears, arms are long. Elongating through our abdomen, and then lifting and contracting. Squeezing your glutes. Fusing our back muscles. 10 more seconds. All right, release. No more weights. Here's your ab work. You can put your hands underneath your sit bones. You can put your hands up to a V. You can even lift your head, neck, and shoulders for this one, okay? We're starting off pushing the gas, alternating legs. So we're gonna push, pull, push, pull. You should feel your lower abs engaged. If you're struggling to keep your lower back on the floor, put your hips just underneath your sit bones. That'll tilt your back to the floor, and hopefully then focusing on your lower abs. This is lower abs, so again, options are lift your head, neck, and shoulders, get it a little bit more intense. You can even do here, here. That loses your balance a little bit, okay? And you've got to fight for core stability. Push on the gas, bend your knee. Push on the gas, bend your knee. Push on the gas, okay? So you choose your hand placement and time, feet down. We're gonna go overhead with our hands. Sweep like a snow angel towards your ankles, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, and then sweep back. Okay, so it's like a top half snow angel. It's giving us 30 seconds. Hold on. That was awesome. What did I miss? Sumo curls and the sumo curls. Oh well, life goes on. Okay, here we go. If you'd like to do sumo curls, do 15 of them when we are done. That'll make up for that 45 seconds. Maybe not 15, maybe it was like 8 to 12. But if you feel like you're unsettled because of that, go back and do it. All right, head, neck, and shoulders lift. You can tuck your chin here if you need to. Chest is still lifting towards the ceiling. And we've got this nice snow angel sweep around, ankle lift. Lift towards your ankles. Lift. Five more seconds. And time. Okay, 15 seconds to break, and then we're going back to leg press, alternating. Think about pushing on the gas. If the leg press out is too much, you can always do a heel tap. Okay, I'll show you that next. So knees up, alternating, belly drawn in, push, pull it back in. Push, pull it back in. If that's too much, tap, tap. We're working on our lower ab muscles here, okay? Top abs are engaged. You can even feel them. If you feel your abs, you're going to feel your top abs are catching and holding you in place. And then your lower abs are doing this work of pushing out, pulling in, okay? And especially if you give yourself less balance, you're going to feel a lot more work here. So you can choose the level. I'm giving you lots of ideas. Lots of ideas. Choose your level. And time. All right. This is your 2 minutes of abs. So we're going, actually it's 4 minutes of abs. We're going back to our windmills and then we'll stretch out, okay? Arms up overhead. Chest to the ceiling. Fingertips towards your ankles as you sweep around. Head, neck, and shoulders lift. I want you to think about trying to get your shoulder blades up off the floor right here. Take your time and control this. This isn't fast. I'm not moving really fast. I'm moving with what purpose? I'm lifting and squeezing, contracting. Chin and chest to the ceiling, forehead to the ceiling. I said you could tuck it a little bit, and that's fine. Okay, if you need to tuck it a little bit, but you're still lifting upwards and feeling all that right here in the core. All right, release, take a nice big long stretch. And then wrap your hands behind one leg, wrap yourself up to sit. Let's reach forward, hamstring stretch from our, ignore the beeps, squat, deadlift. And chicken wings, go ahead and open up, shoulders down and back, chest fly, chest press. Reach forward, open the shoulder blades, and pull over. And let's drop down, an arm down, shoulder down. Give it a hug. There's shoulder and bicep in there. Switch sides. Drop your shoulder down and then give it a hug. Drape it across. You can do this from standing or sitting, but we are going to come over to all fours next. Okay, so come to all fours in a child's pose. You're going to put your elbows down, put your hands behind your head, and then take your bottom back towards your heels, pushing your elbows on the ground, getting your triceps stretched out. This also will help with your lats and the muscles along your rib cage. All right, and then coming to all fours, round out your spine, release, cat-cow, round it out. Curl your toes under, walk your hands towards your feet, stay in this fold. Flat back, chin up, untuck your chin, eye gaze ahead of you. Now drop your chin and roll up. Inhale, exhale. Awesome job today. Thanks for showing up. Remember, if you like this class, just put it on repeat because it's available to you now that you've already played it. It'll be in your history, okay? Have a great day. I'll see you back here for mind class. Tomorrow you will need some sort of a resistance band, towel, yoga strap, and if you don't have one, that's okay too, because you can still do the workout even without it, okay? I'll see you then. Bye.